Are you serious?
Hello, this is How to Kill an Hour. My name is Marcus.
Hello, I'm Sean.
This is a show where Sean and I scour the internet to find some funnies. And boy, do we have some funnies for you today in the form of jokes. Also, we have a news story where there's been some interaction with the How to Kill an Hour audience. They have given us a form of punishment, right, in our main episode, right?
Okay.
So it's like punishment plus. In fact, that feature might have to move over to punishment, but today we're going to serve it in the main episode.
Serve it in the main,
How to Kill an Hour.
main course.
There we go. But let's crack straight on with the show. Usually we start off with some shouts before we get into our jokes. This shout goes out to someone who I don't know if they listen to the show or not, but on Twitter, their name is Liam Lemons Love. And they said, I've just seen this job advert for a cat sitter in Covent Garden for £65 an hour. And I won't lie, I'm kind of interested. What a life this cat has. Would you like to hear this this job description, Sean, for £65 an hour?
65 quid an hour, all right, yeah. I'm in the wrong job profession. All right, let's go.
For £65 an hour, you have to provide fresh milk and food twice a day as per a fixed schedule, conduct a gentle daily grooming, brushing and coat inspection. Every Friday, you must play classical music in the office for the cat's relaxation. Once a month, a visit to Harrods to purchase toys for the cat. Engage the cat in regular stimulation through play. Engage the cat in regular stimulation through play and interaction. Maintain cleanliness of feeding area and litter box. Monitor the cat's health and behaviour, noting any signs of distress or illness. Ensure there is a calm and respectful environment suitable for this feline. Right? What else have we got to do? No, that's it really. But bro, £65 an hour. Would you do this job? Sign me up.
I'm allergic to cats. I will do this all day. All day, night. £65 an hour, you mad?
What kind of a life is this cat living, bro?
Bro, what kind of life would I be living if I was getting £65 an hour?
You get paid to go Harrods and buy toys for the cat?
Bro, I'll go twice a month.
Yeah.
Three times a month.
100%, man. 100%. I mean, listen, I could save this client loads. I'd make the toys for the cat and take the money for the toys if that's all right. But yeah, there you go. I just thought I'd share that with you. In this world where people are struggling financially, it's good to know that there are good jobs out there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like everyday people could do.
What area is this? Is this in like Kensington or Chelsea or somewhere?
I presume they've got to be near Harrods, innit? They're probably next to Harrods, innit? I bet it's like a walk across the road, Knightsbridge, innit? Little walk over road. Knightsbridge, or at least they're in like, Oxford Circus area or something like that, innit?
Yeah.
Short walk. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Can it be an affluent area?
Yeah, man. But you know what the worst thing is about it? Is the cat wouldn't give a fuck, would they? You know cats, they're just like blasé. They're like, thanks, cheers, well done, good job. But they're not going to be like, cats don't ever go like, thanks. Nah, cats never say like, you know how dogs are like, thank you. Cats are like,
good, you did your job, do it better next time. Yeah. Do better.
They were like, that was sufficient. Well, done. Just done. Job done. Anyway, let's get into our jokes of the week, Sean, aka our jokes
of the week.
Like I said at the start of the episode, if you want to send your jokes, and we do have an episode called Punishment, that's jokes@howtokillanhour.com. We've had some zingers coming in, keep them coming. But right now, Sean, let's get busy. Silly Sal and Silly Sue are standing at a bridge. They're looking down, arguing about which river is flowing underneath. Silly Sal goes, I'm pretty sure that's the Mississippi River. Silly Sue says, no, I'm almost certain that's the Missouri River. They go back and forth like this again and again for a while until they realise they're both unsure. Silly Sal gets an idea and says, you know what? I'll jump into the river and swim to the bank and I'll ask the first person which river it is. They ought to know. That's a great idea. I'll wait till you get back, says Sue. So Silly Sal jumps in and Sue just waits. But hours and hours go by. Finally, late at night, Sal returns, legs broken in a wheelchair, bruised all over, arm in bandages. Silly Sue is shocked and goes, what the heck happened? Well, said Sal, we were both wrong. It's not a river, it's a road.
I was not expecting that. I was.
I thought it was all right.
My wife just gave birth today, and after thanking the doctor, I pulled him aside and sheepishly asked, "Hey doc, how soon do you think we'll be able to have sex?" He winked at me and said, "I'm off duty in 10 minutes, meet me in the car park."
That's a really good one. I like that. A man scores a hot date and not wanting to disappoint his date in the bedroom, he goes to the doctor to get his pee-pee enlarged. The doctor says, we happen to have a new experimental procedure that uses muscle cells from an elephant trunk and that should do the trick. So the man goes, go for it. Later on, the man and his date are having dinner. The man is in love with this lady, but is experiencing an increasingly uncomfortable pressure in his trousers. In an attempt to relieve himself, he slowly undoes his fly. Immediately, the penis lunges out onto the table, grabs the bread roll and vanishes back under. His date is shocked, but she slowly smiles and says, could you do that again? The man, his eyes watering slightly, replies, probably, but I don't think I can fit another roll in my arse. I hope it was buttered.
Don't give me no dry, crusty bread.
Jeez.
My wife told me to do whatever makes me happy. I'm really going to miss her.
That's spicy, bro. All right. That's good. The preacher always took the shortcut through the woods to church. The congregation would always warn him about the bear in the woods, but the preacher would say, the Lord will take care of me. One Sunday, he was taking his shortcut when he heard footsteps behind him. He looked back and it was the bear. So he started walking faster and so did the bear. He started to trot and so did the bear. He broke out running as fast as he could, but the bear was right on him. The preacher tripped and fell to his knees and started to pray, but the bear did not attack. He opened one eye and saw the bear on his knees with his front paws together. The preacher said, Brother Bear, are you praying for me? The bear says, nah, I'm saying grace.
I haven't heard that one. It's a good one. I like that one. So dumb. All right. I had a job interview yesterday, and the interviewer noted that my resume mentioned I was very quick at mental arithmetic. Okay, so what's 19 times 17, he asked. I replied immediately, 34. That's not right, he said. True, but it was very quick, though.
Oh, man. An attorney... These ones are getting me today. An attorney called and asked to speak to his client, a wealthy art collector. He said, Matt, I've got some good news and I have some bad news. The art collector replied, you know, I've had an absolutely rotten day, Jack. So let me hear the good news first. The lawyer said, well, I met with your wife today and she informed me that she's invested only $5,000 into two very nice pictures that she thinks will bring in somewhere between $15 to $20 million. And I think she might be right. Matt perked up and replied, amazing! My wife is such a brilliant businesswoman, isn't she? You've just made my day. Now I know I can handle the bad news, whatever it is. What is it? His lawyer said, the pictures are of you and your secretary. It's a classic.
It is a classic. All right, this is like three jokes in a row. Mm-hmm. Or two. Doesn't matter. Two or three. I can't count. 2 or 3. Right, let's go. Pun enters a room, kills 10 people. Pun intended. It's the 10th pun I'm reading today. I hope that one would make me laugh out loud. No pun intended. Right, I'm going to do another one quickly. Just go. I don't let my kids watch orchestra performances. It has way too much sax and violins.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
Can I just say what someone's the comment is?
Yeah.
Which was saxophones aren't typically in the instrumentation of an orchestra.
Oh, get the fuck out! Get out! Fuck off! Excuse me. Oh man. This one goes out to them. We used to have empires run by emperors. Then we had kingdoms run by kings. Now we just have trees.
Make of that what you will. The other day, my neighbour gave me permission to come into her yard. Then she got all mad because I did it from my side of the fence. So dumb.
Teacher. All right, children, who can tell me what comes after 69? Little Johnny sticks his hand up. Teacher. All right, Johnny. Little Johnny. Mouthwash. Teacher, get out!
Little Johnny.
Right.
You know, I think you might have done this one before.
Right.
All right. My father always likes to say, it's not about the destination, it's all about the journey. Wonderful man, terrible bus driver. Oh yeah, there's a follow-up. There's a few. There's a couple of follow-ups.
Yeah, that's what the follow-ups.
Okay. My uncle always said, when one door closes, another one opens. Wonderful man, horrible cabinet maker. I got two more. My uncle used to say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Wonderful man should not have been a pharmacist. And last but not least, my uncle always said, the secret of theatre is to always leave them wanting more. Wonderful man, terrible anaesthetist. Hey guys, if you've got any more to add to that, please send them in.
Send them in. I like that. There's got to be something in there. My dad always says, if you want something done properly, do it yourself. Lovely man, terrible heart surgeon. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. Right.
Oh, look at that, on the spot.
Yeah. There you go. One day, Little Red Riding Hood is walking through the forest when she spots a wolf behind a bush. Curious, she approaches him. Oh, Wolf, why do you have such big eyes? Wolf, so I can see you better, Little Red Riding Hood. And he jumps into another bush. She follows him over to the other bush and says, oh, Wolf, and your ears? Why are they so big? The wolf sighs, so that I can hear you better, Little Red Riding Hood. Then he hops over to another bush. She follows him over to the third bush and asks, oh, Wolf, why do you have such big teeth? Wolf, Red Riding Hood, can you just let me have a shit in peace?
Didn't see that coming. A girl took my bedside table after I slept with her. It was my one night stand. Can I just say, right? I told someone about this joke, and she told me that one of her friends who was from South America was selling her bedside table, had put it onto Gumtree as selling a one night stand. And then she was like, why am I getting inundated with all of these things? And then she like showed her mate, and he was like, oh.
Guys, I'm here for the one night stand. She's holding it. What's that for? Holding the table up. What's that for? She's like, I don't know, but why aren't you wearing trousers?
Do you usually collect furniture with no trousers on?
Exactly. Okay, no. Right, Sean. It's time for our news
of the week.
Now, this is a real punchline. This is a real news story.
Okay.
That has a real set of punchlines, right? Okay. Let me explain this properly. I'm just stalling whilst I find the relevant information because I've done this on the fly, Sean, but I'm hoping it will bring as much joy to your life as it did to mine.
Okay.
Okay, Sean.
Intrigued.
So, chess robot breaks 7-year-old boy's finger during Moscow Open. We asked you for punchlines for that headline, and boy, did you deliver.
What?
Sorry, Sean, these are funny. I'll shout out everyone who got involved later on. Sounds like the robot wanted to Control-Alt-Delete him. From AI to A&E. That kid made a Rook-ie-Error. Someone said it's using a Sicilian mob opening. Less checkmate, it's more check your finger, mate. From E4 to ER.
Wait, can I just know? Did his finger completely get chopped off?
I don't know, bruv. We'll get to the story afterwards. Is it? Because it's in Russia, that Putin in his place. Oh, man. I guess he was just trying to nail the pawn, but got a finger instead. That is just another example of a robot taking a human's job. There you go, man. Those are some of the answers that you guys sent in. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. There you go. So that was it. Would you like to hear more about this story, though, Sean?
Yeah, I want to know what transpired.
Okay, so chess robot breaks a 7-year-old boy's finger during the Moscow Open. A robot broke a 7-year-old's finger during a chess match in Moscow last week, a Russian news outlets report. The robot broke the child's finger at the Chess Foundation, and the Chess Foundation president told the news agency, "Of course, this is bad." I think sometimes when you translate from Russian, it doesn't sound right. He goes, "This is bad, of course.
This is bad."
The video, which has been shared on social media, shows the robot taking one of the boy's pieces. The boy then makes his own move, and the robot grabs his finger. 4 adults rush in to help the boy, who was eventually freed and ushered away.
So it thought it was a chess piece. His finger was a chess piece.
I think the little kid must have taught some smack to it, like, yeah, you know, your piece of shit.
Is
he must have used ChatGPT and not said thanks, innit? And he goes, is it? Yeah, the kid. Let's see when we get down to the thing. Apparently, it's played many matches without incident, but the boy was able to finish the final days of the tournament in a cast. TASS reports. If I was the kid,
a cast and break finger, maybe.
Maybe I had those like the splint on. But if it was me, I'd be like, I call the moves. Someone else is doing the moves. I'm not touching the board anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, what's up? Punch up
the
room.
Yeah, man. But yeah, there you go. So thank you for your punchlines, guys. They were sensational. But what a random story that is, bruv.
Super.
Listen, the takeover isn't here yet, but it's going to come. Also got a nice little top 10 for you, Sean, as well. Just want to say to you, there are 2 parts to this, but I'm going to hit you with the first part today.
Is it top 5 and another top 5?
It's a top 10. It's one top 10, and we'll have another top 10 afterwards.
Damn.
So these are 10 movie titles that are translated into a slightly different meaning in China. The Sixth Sense in China is, he's a ghost. Pretty Woman, I will marry a prostitute to save money, which I think is very direct.
That is like an American title. It's very like...
Very American, isn't it? As Good as It Gets, Mr. Cat Poop, because apparently Jack's character name, Melvin, sounds a lot like the Chinese word for cat poop. So it does translate as Mr. Cat Poop. The Professional, aka Leon. This hitman is not as cold as he thought. I like that. Boogie Nights. His great device makes him famous. You know Boogie Nights is a bit, yeah, hang on. G.I. Jane. Satan female soldier.
That sounds like they got that. They got that on ChatGPT.
Yeah. Junior. Son of Devil. Junior is, let me remind myself, I did put, so it is the film where Arnold Schwarzenegger is as a baby, him and Danny DeVito, and they artificially in 7/8
twins.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, it was of that era, but in this movie Arnold Schwarzenegger is having a baby. He's a surrogate, I think, but he is a man that is pregnant. That's the whole thing.
Oh, I know it.
Oh, I have cravings. Where's the nachos? Sorry, that's horrible. All right, and the last one is Risky Business. Just send him to university unqualified. There you go. So that was 10 movie titles, slightly different. No, that wasn't 10, that was less than 10. Here are some movie titles that are slightly different in China. Those were some movie titles that were slightly different in China. And I have got, because I'm not just going to pick on China, all right? Because I happen to like China. I've got the European version, Sean. And boy, can I just say, it makes this look like light work, bro.
Damn,
yeah.
Really?
But I do like how direct translations
this
are.
thing, because I've grown up watching a ton of martial arts films, there are lots of films which like are called completely different things in the West compared to China. Like,
I find that with British language, we use less words that mean a lot of things, but when you move it to other parts of the world, certain other languages are really specific. German, I find, is a language that's really specific. Russian is quite specific. I'm not as savvy of like Mandarin and stuff, but I feel like there's very specific words for things, so you can be very descriptive. Whereas we have a word like Bosch that can mean 7 different things. Like, do you know what I mean? Whereas, like, you know, I feel like you can get really specific. But yeah, I like that. My favourite what was your favourite out of those? Because I think my favourite had to be The Sixth Sense, because I think that kind of spoils it for me. He's a ghost!
I think, do you know what? Yeah, you're probably right, because that one absolutely just kills it, innit?
Yeah. Or Mr. Cat Poop. Also, Sean, I've got another little top 10 for you. Let's bring it over to the UK and rinse ourselves for a little bit, yeah?
Okay.
Right. Okay. Here are top British phrases. In fact, Sean, if you want to, you can join me in these, because these are quite a joy to say. They are in the script, bruv. If you want to have a look.
I'm going to be part of the audience to this.
What's that got to do with the price of fish? That's a good one.
Or eggs.
Yeah, or eggs. What's that got to do with the price of eggs? Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt. Couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery. Couldn't organise a bun fight in a bakery. That's the dog's bollocks. That's the bee's knees. Chuffed to bits. You've lost the plot. Fell arse over tits. Hanging out my arse. Spent the weekend at Her Majesty's pleasure. I like that. Ripped the piss clean out of him. What is your favourite out of those, Sean? As somebody who rips the piss.
Can I just say I heard another one the other day, which I've never heard before, which was, he knows his onions.
He knows his onions?
Oh, he knows his onions.
Hey, yeah, that is one. He knows his onions. I've not heard that phrase.
Huh?
Oh, do you know what's a good one, though? Fuck a duck. That's good. But there was a response. This is from somebody who clearly isn't British. If you don't know what it means, good luck figuring it out. How does one even take the piss? It doesn't correlate to any known human activity I've ever heard of. If one were to literally take someone's piss, I would say you're a subordinate in that interaction, and no doubt. And I'd have no doubt in that. And yet, when you know what it means, there really is no Anglophone expression that is quite as subtle as it. I was like, thank you very much. Cheers. All right. Well done.
Indeed.
Fug a duck.
We do have some great sayings. We have some great sayings.
I think that's a great one. Yeah. What's all this then? That's good. There you go. But yeah, Sean, those are our chupid phrases of the week. I believe we have time for our killer bit, Sean. This is the time of the show where Sean and I tell tell each other how we've been killing some time.
Indeedy.
Sean.
Do I kick off?
Yeah, man, kick it off, bro.
This weekend, I went to I'm not exactly sure. It's like a premiere, but not quite a premiere for How to Train Your Dragon, because my lovely sister is in the movie, and so she kindly invited me along to the. It's like
sorry. Can you repeat that? What? Sorry. So what was that, Sean?
My lovely sister. She made me say that.
So
my sister. No, my sister
just happens to be in a movie. Yeah.
My sister's in How to Train Your Dragon.
Like it's in a proper like theatre. Like it's a film. It's a movie.
It was a cinema screening, not a theatre, but yeah.
But it's going to be in the cinema, right?
It is going to be in the cinema.
There you go, bro. Fuck a duck. Yeah. Oh, this is amazing. Congratulations. Big up. Leon Brophy on Instagram. There you go.
It was a screening that all the cast members and all their friends and families and such went along. Director and producer was there. A little speech first. Mr. Gerard Butler, aka Jerry B, sent a nice message in to the cast because he was still I think he was in LA doing some more press stuff and couldn't quite make it over. If anyone has seen I'm just going to say I had never seen any of them previously. I thought, let me watch the original animation one last week, and honestly, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was brilliant.
It was
great. And then I said to we were sitting down, and I said to my sister, I watched the first one just like to get, and she was like, this is like identical to it. So I was like, cool. Very quickly, it's a lot. It is very similar to the animation, but the way that they've done it is really really fun. It's a really fun film. Like the main kind of dragon in it, Toothless, is super cute. They've done it. They did it really well. Because
I had a bit of a thing against live action remakes, right?
Okay.
And when I saw the clip, because I'm a nerd, I'm on this part of Instagram where they will show like shot for shot clips, and from what I saw, it was very close to it. And I thought, and I'm like, if it's like that, and they still managed to keep the essence of the dragon. Does that make sense? Because sometimes that can get lost. Do you know where it didn't get lost and it did get lost and they had to save it? Is with Sonic the Hedgehog. There was the first version that they brought out, and people were like, it looks creepy, it looks wrong, and the studio changed it to make him look more comic book like. They've not done this. They've managed to keep the live bit of it real, but keep the dragon, the essence of Toothless. Do you know what I mean?
If you look at Toothless, like it is like exactly, it's perfect. Mm-hmm. Like to me, that is perfect. He's, it works. It's funny. There are. I would say there's a lot of it which is very, very or identical, like, you know, the dialogue, etc. Some of the clips. There are a couple of little bits that they've added in to make things kind of wrap up better together. Which really do work. And I mean, like, very, very subtle things. Maybe two or 3 seconds there. They were just added a little thing that wasn't in the animation, and they just tied things together really nicely. Visuals were stunning. I watched it in the it was on the IMAX. It was like huge screen. The sound, the sound was incredible, and just a really fun watch. Some of my sister's friends, little ones, were sitting behind me. They're like 11 and 8, and they absolutely loved it.
Oh, wicked!
Yeah, absolutely loved it.
All right.
But so as an adult, kind of.
All right, mate, slow down.
Yeah, I know, right?
Let's go. Thought we're keeping it honest on this episode of the podcast. Shut up, mate.
Scrap that bit.
Yeah.
But no, really, really fun. If anyone, I think it's out on the 9th. So if you have a chance to go and see it, I'm not even being biased. I just thought it was really fun.
Yeah, I mean,
it was really fun. I might be being biased.
You might be being biased, but it's actually a really good film. 13th of June in the USA. Let's see what the UK won, because it could be different. Did we get it earlier?
I think it's the 9th. I believe so.
Ooh.
On the top of my head, I've got 9th in my head. But
let's have a. Well, if we get it before America, we get it on the 9th, and they get it on the 14th. Small wins. But yeah, man, wicked. And can we say what role Anna's playing in it, or?
Yeah, I mean, she's got it's not a massive part, but she's part of the she's part of like the close knit team that he has. So you have if you've seen the film itself, you have like, I think it's 4 or 5 kids that are part of like another group, and then you've got all the townspeople, and she's one of the Viking. Viking.
That must be so much fun for her to shoot, man.
Yeah, it was in Ireland, and I think it was Belfast. I'll double check that, but it was over in Ireland for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. Or
sounds wicked, man. That sounds, because it's fun. Do you know what it is? Yeah, it's fun, isn't it? It's a fun movie.
Oh, super fun.
So it looks like, obviously, shooting a movie, grueling work. Like, trust me, guys, actors are like up at 6, sometimes bed at 9, 10,
up at
11.
2. I've heard of 28, 29 hour days.
There you go, yeah.
Doing the same 5-second clip, like 1,000 times. Like one day to do a 5-second or 3-second clip. It's crazy.
I've been on a film set for 3 days, and what made it to the movie was maximum 5 seconds, and they had everyone in at 5. No, actually, they had night shoots, so it was in at 5 p.m, home at 4. I think it was ridiculous because I did it in like a museum, and I was very small role in it, but the main actors, they're there on set as well, doing it as well, and it's just like mad hours, bro, mad hours. So yeah, big respect.
It's not as glamorous as maybe
for Jerry it is. Maybe for Jerry, man like Jerry's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, wicked, man. What a great film to be in, man. Yeah, big up you, man. My Killer Bit is very trivial. I wanted to get into it last week, but we ran out of time. So
did indeed.
This is, I'm going to talk about it as I hold it up to the camera and then hand it over to... Get out of the box.
You can get out of the box.
Bloody hell. This is... I'll hold up the box first. This is a mini cam, right? It's a mini cam photo creator, and it's a tiny, itty bitty little camera. And yeah, all right, I get it. We're in the days of like high. Actually, wait, this leads in something I'm getting into. We're in the days where everyone has 4K cameras on their phones. Everybody tries to take a lot of pictures, but we don't ever really like have fun with it, right? But the purpose of this camera.
I want physical photo albums. There's
physical photo albums is great.
Lovely about physical photo albums. The
purpose of this, right, is it's a mini cam. It does video, photos. It has a little microphone in it to pick up audio. It has a little flash on it and a little keychain. And you can just take these lovely little retro pictures and videos. I'll hold it up to the camera a bit more so you can see it. There you go. There it is. There. And it's a good little bit of fun. I'll take a picture, Sean. There you go. And it's interesting, like young people, I'll take a little picture here. There you go. Young people nowadays, like I've heard quite a few of them be like, they really like the kind of old grainy look of stuff because it gives it a nostalgic feel. You know, like in a movie when you watch like a montage or like a flashback where a couple are in a fairground and he wins her the teddy bear.
It's like grainy, like sepia and...
it's kind of got that energy to it. So yeah, I shot some stuff. I'll send a clip out and we'll put it. If we're on YouTube, you can have a quick look at it now. We'll overlay it and you'll be able to see that. But yeah, man, like it was just like, I took it with me when I was away for a few days and I was walking, and I made a conscious effort to put my phone in my pocket and be present, and then just take a few pictures with this. And the pictures are okay. The video's okay, but I like whipped it all together, and it just had a fun little, it has a nice little effect to it, innit? Don't take this to a wedding if you're the main cameraman, is what I'm saying. But I just think it's a nice little.
I think there's a nice. I think for us, slightly older lot, the nostalgia bit would be cool, and I think maybe for the younger lot, the fact that it's a bit of a throwback, and
it has a little screen on the back as well, so you can see it. So I feel like I got a little niece. I don't want her to have a phone. I could give her this. She'd go around and film stuff, take pictures. At the end of the day,
and to be honest, it looks like it's a fairly like rugged little bit of kit. Like you could drop it and it would be.
I've not thrown it on the floor, but
it just has that build to it where it's called what is it? Canal Toys.
Canal Toys Minicam.
Canal Toys Minicam. So I'm gonna guess that should be fairly durable for little ones to.
Yeah, and let's get a price up on it. They're going for 35 quid? No, they're going for £20.
That seems
20 quid.
That seems about right. You want to get something for someone owning a phone age. I don't know what that is nowadays.
One.
One.
That's an argument for another day.
Yeah, that is indeed. Like, we shall move swiftly on from that. But yeah, it looks like a little fun little gadget.
Honestly, Sean, like, it was fun. I took it out. Like I said, we'll overlay the video and stuff like that. I went to a little farm and there was some pigs and goats, and I just filmed them, and it was just like, it felt, I don't know, man. It just was like, just chill, like, it was chill. The edit was a bit weird because they're like 12 frames a second, so it's a bit weird. So I had to like jiggle them around in Premiere. But if you've got an editing program, you can do it. If not, you could just watch them back off.
I'm guessing for sports and high, like speed shots, not going to be what you're looking for, but it'll be, if you're snapping pictures of nature, a couple of friends, if you're not, there's, people aren't running around, people are posing, it should be. It
is a bit wanky, innit, in a way, right, for me to be like, hi guys, I'm gonna use my different camera, but I think once you get over that feeling, like, of why I've got this silly little camera, I would take this for a lad's day out, and then we could hand it around, take pictures, videos, whatever,
lanyard it.
Yeah.
Well, you're just walking around, you don't even have to look at the thing, just
yeah. And yeah, I think if we had a day out, like, or if I'm going to do it, when we go out for like some summer drinks or something like that, or lunch or something like that, I'll take this with us. And I reckon once everyone gets into using it, you just hold down a button to take a video, take a little picture. I reckon we'll have a little laugh.
You know what it is as well?
Yeah.
Because it, like, at the end of the day, if you brought it out and it got lost, do you know what I mean? It's not the end of the day. If you're not going to really be leaving your phone and other people taking your phone and snapping pics, and then you'd be like, yo, where the hell's my phone at?
Yeah.
With that, you'd probably be sad that you'd be like, oh, we took so many great photos, where is it? Like, if you were to do that. But again, if it got lost on a night out, you know what I mean? It's not going to affect anyone.
Also, if you lanyard it and you put a little if lost return here, something like this, you're more likely to get it back.
Do you know what?
A whole mobile phone in London, mate.
Yeah.
Whereas this, people will be like, well, it's not really worth much. Yeah.
Also, I would say if you had that on a lanyard around your neck, it's a little bit of a conversation starter.
It is.
Guys, we're going to just, like, people might be like, oh, I'll take a photo.
Excuse me, do you mind taking a photo of me and my mates? And we're like, what in the Zoolander is this? But yeah,
can we get that in pink?
Yeah. Well, you know what, Sean?
Even brighter pink.
It does come. I'll hold it up. These are all the designs that it comes in. So it comes in a pink.
It's got different design. Like, one looks like a old Polaroid. You got a little retro, vintage. Okay. Yeah. That's cool.
There you go. The one that we've got is the retro. But yeah, man, I like it. Imagine we had a couple of those on lanyards.
I like the idea of it.
Said to the lads, look, take pictures, videos, and we'll edit it together.
Yeah, because I'm the worst. I literally do not take photos. I don't take photos at all. If I was hanging around my neck, there would be times where I'd be like,
But I'm not just saying it because you're my mate, but I like that. Like, and I think our group is quite lucky because we're around like pre-internet. We can go away and be like, let's have a picture of us at dinner. But then we all put our phones away and bust jokes and crack on. Like, I've noticed we're not really like, we don't, there's, and it's cool, like, whatever your norm is, there's groups of people that go dinner and everyone's just on their phone and silent. We're just busting joke all the time.
Yeah. That is true.
You know what I mean? So
yeah. And also, I suppose you could have it around, if you had it around your neck, you could just press record. You just do a bit of a candid look.
I don't know if I'd do that around you lot. If that footage came out, all of us would get. I'd probably press record and start saying some shit. I'd be like, play it back and be like, oh, damn, delete that. But anyway, yeah. So that was our killer bits of the week. Week. Thank you very much. And I think Sean, because of the time, we better bounce, bro.
All right.
Yeah, man. If you want to get your jokes in, jokes@howtokillanhour.com. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram @howtokillanhour. That's where we did the whole joke thing where people sent their punchlines in. I thought they were good, but I think they can get better and better. So we'll do that. In fact, that might be maybe where we repost some of the jokes, like the funeral jokes and stuff like that, to get your punchlines in and crack on from there. Yeah, we'll be in your ear hole soon. Sean and I are not going to awkwardly sit and look at the microphone while the music finishes. Look at the cameras even.
I was about to say, I won't stare at my mic.
Of the week.
Wicked. All right.